Some of you may have noticed that in most of my videos, my two girls, my daughters Olivia and Leia, are not in them. Or if they are in them, I don't usually show their faces. And in the last video I made about our family vacation, there was quite a bit of them in there. And of course it was of their faces and it was of our vacation and everything. And I felt like kind of saying this because it's not something that's usually asked or talked about that much. At least people don't usually ask me about it. But I'm really, really conscious of how much I put my kids on social media. When I decided to start a YouTube channel, I was really conscious, and I talked about it with my husband Luca, that I didn't want it to become all about my kids. That this was my channel, that I was starting about my life, and my kids, of course, are a huge part of that. But this isn't about them, and I definitely didn't want to use them as a way or a means of getting extra views or extra attention. And I really felt that it was my obligation as a parent and my duty to kind of protect their privacy and protect them in a way. So that's why my YouTube channel and my videos that I make, they exclude them for the most part, because I feel like it's not fair to them, because they can't tell me whether they do or do not want to be put online. And really, even if I make a public video or a private video or whatever, like once it's out there, it's out there. When Olivia was born, Luca and I got a lot of criticism for how much photos and videos and everything that we did put of her on social media. And that to me was something completely strange and different, because in America, all my friends, like, they all post pictures and videos of their kids all the time. And here, it's really common that you don't show your kids on social media. I mean, many people I know don't show their kids ever on social media. The people who were criticizing us, they really take their child's privacy seriously, and they don't even show, like, if their child is in a picture, which they rarely are, their face is completely blocked by an emoji, or it's from, like, you see the shadow, or you see their foot or their hand. Like, there's nothing posted of them at all. And they would criticize us for showing, oh, you see all of your kids and you post photos and videos of them. And then I've heard it taken even to the extreme where some people will post just aliases of their children's names. They won't even post publicly or like within their friends on social media their children's names. They're that protective of their children's privacy. So for someone like that, exposing your child's name on social media would be considered too much. And for someone who would expose their child's name but not their face, what I do is considered too much. I just really thought about what's realistic for us, what is respectful towards them. And also the fact that I'm an American, my husband is European, and our family and friends are all over this globe. And when I got married and I left my home and I left all my friends and I left all my family, social media was the way that I could keep in touch with them. I have 6 siblings. I cannot send them all photos and videos all the time. And then I have like 30 something cousins or 40 cousins. I don't even know how many cousins I have. I have a ton of aunts and uncles. And I love that they can be a part of our life and see what's happening in our life. We have found some solutions to share more private, personal things with our family, like a photos album on our iCloud accounts, and our family can be a part of that, and they get to see like more of the girls growing up and all the things that they do without us having to share it with the world. I guess what I'm trying to say is I like to share my kids and our life together in moderation. For the most part, all of my videos and I really make an effort that all of my content is about me and my life, and although that includes them, it's not completely about them. I want to respect them. I don't want them to grow up and feel that their entire life has already been put on social media. I don't want them to be in a relationship and then have their boyfriend go like, oh, let me just go look at all your mom's feed and I know everything about you on social media. Or oh, I got to see like your mom posting your poopy diapers. Like, I really try to be selective of what I post about them so that it's kind, it's not embarrassing. It's important to me that I protect my children's privacy and that I don't just blast everything about them on social media. It's so easy to gossip about your kids, and I never want to do that on social media either. That's why I mostly don't post about them, and then when I do, you can kind of be a part of our life, and for me it's very personal when I do share that. So anyways, if you were ever wondering why I don't show my kids and then why sometimes I do, those are the reasons. People always think that because you are active on social media, that means that you just post without thinking all the time, which bothers me so bad because I've always been very conscious and very selective of what I put online. I definitely want to protect them and their privacy, and I also want to share our life with you, and so this is kind of how we do it. Find the middle ground, I guess. Although I can't help but think that as soon as they turn 12 years old, they're going to want a Facebook and they're going to post like every second of their life on there. And then it's like, what's the point? I think that also the people who go to such great lengths to protect their children's privacy, I think like probably by the time your child is 12 years old or 13 years old, they're already going to have 1,000 selfies on social media. But I think it's our responsibility as parents to protect them until they can make the decision for themselves what they do want and what they don't. And hopefully by that time, I've done a good enough job parenting that it'll be quality content. So thanks for listening. If you have ideas about your children's privacy, what you should and should not post on social media, how much to share, how much not to share, I'd love to hear it, and I'd love to get second opinions. And if you enjoyed our family vacation video, what you thought of it, and if you have any guidelines that you use for your family and social media. I think it's important to talk about it and to understand some people's preferences. I think some good tips for respecting each other's privacy is that if you take a picture with your friends and your friends' children, that you always ask before you post it on social media. I almost always do this. I ask if I take a picture of me and my babies and my friends, I say, do you mind if I post this on social media? Do you mind if this is on social media? Do you not want her on social media? Is it okay if I put her on social media? I usually like to ask in a way that makes them feel very comfortable saying, no, I'd rather not. And being totally understanding. And often with family, it's like you want to post, you have a family member who's adorable and you want to post 1,000 pictures of them because they're so cute. Please always ask the parents if they mind, if it's okay. If they take a video and then want to post you take a video and you say, can I post this video? Do you mind? Is it all right? Does it make you feel uncomfortable? How much do you want your kids being on social media? Maybe open a conversation about it. I think it's very important to respect children's privacy in an age where things are becoming increasingly public. So those are just some of my tips for respecting each other and other parents and their children and what their wishes may be. It's not something we've ever faced before in history, so times are a-changin', and it's something to think about. If you have nieces, nephews, granddaughters, grandsons, friends with adorable babies, which, I've got those too, just ask. And usually people are okay with it, at least in America they are. But it's always really nice. Like when somebody asks me, I always appreciate it. I just think it's good to be mindful of our kids on social media and to be respectful. I know I wouldn't have wanted to see my entire childhood, all my mistakes and all my faults on social media. I know for myself that if my parents had posted my entire childhood online for anyone to see, I would feel very vulnerable. And I always want to do for them what I would like done to me. And I would like to not do to them what I would not like done to me. Isn't that right? Mwah.